Hello, friends. An expression we often hear these days is, we're all in this together. And whether that refers to the COVID pandemic, whether it refers to the anti-racism efforts and manifestations that we've seen, whether it's even referring to the new normal and what we hope it'll be like when this is all over, is that it won't be a return to the former rather individualistic way, but we'll have discovered new ways of communicating, new ways of working together, that, we're all in this together, will be lived in a new and stronger way. But you take that expression, we're all in this together, it's just a little bit like, I love you. And Worldwide Marriage Encounter has made it very clear that love is a feeling, obviously, but love is especially a decision. And it's a decision to listen. In a marriage, day in, day out, over 40, 50, 60 years, whatever God gives couples to live together. But love is a decision, and so we're in this together is also a decision. And what I'm saying is, let's see how we handled and are handling this whole pandemic situation in our diocese, in our parishes. And so right from the beginning, we said, if a parish lays down and plays dead, it stays dead. Same thing with a diocese. If it lays down, plays dead, it stays dead. Another of my quips is, it's business as usual, but in quite a different way. What that meant is making sure that we upped the communication in a time when isolation could be so much stronger. And so you've heard about the different protocols and weekly updates, and by which we've indicated to the parishes what they are to do. But that's been a very conscious fruit of dialogue. And I am going to say dialogue, not just discussion or decision making. It's the fruit of dialogue, of listening to one another and trying to come to what's best for all, knowing that we're a very, very varied diocese. Each parish has its own identity and dynamics. And so weekly calls with the deans representing the various areas, the deans phoning all the priests in their areas, twice conference calls connecting over 8 evenings all of the parishes in the diocese. Right now we're in the midst of 3 evenings of dialogue, and so English urban, French, English rural, just to see how things are being lived out, the difficulties, the questions, how it's working out well. And actually, I'm going to finish those before we issue the larger protocol that's going to be 20-some pages. But we've already got, since 2 weeks, the 5-page at-a-glance version, which sets out very clearly. And that won't change. It's just filling out the reason and the spiritual foundation, and just helping people to understand more clearly why such and such a thing is being asked or even obligated. So it's very important, very, very important that we're all in this together does mean dialogue, seeking consensus through listening and discussion. We hope that it'll be like that with the government, with the public health service. Many people are finding right now that 25 is just too restrictive. And it is in a certain way, especially if you've got a large church and you could put more than 25 people in family groups 6 feet apart. If restaurants can open for half their usual clients, then what about the churches where it is a huge space and a huge congregation? as we try to maximize offering religious services in the worship spaces that we do have. And so we are in conversation with the government. A minister, Minister Ron Schuler, has been named as the point person. It's his portfolio to enter into conversations with all of the faith groups, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, traditional spirituality, and so those discussions. We had a teleconference last week, and I hope that this will continue so that we as faith institutions can bring to the government our particular needs, our particular situation, and that there will be dialogue and we can work at this together. Again, we're all in this together is not just a wish. It's a decision, and a committed, faithful decision to walking and working together. Let's continue to pray for that. Thank you.